from high atop 1926 Hollywood Boulevard. You're listening to SoFloRadio.com.
And welcome to Rick's Show on the radio this Thursday, October 2nd. Let's listen to a little bit of the Black Bats. We'll be right back after this song.
Ich liebe die Nacht und mehr als ich liebe dich. Ich bin für immer dein und ich bin für immer allein. There's a light in my heaven, reaching out to touch my skin. I must avoid the piercing radiance, shelter in my coffin from the day. Don't feel me darkness whispers my name. Don't feel me darkness kisses me away. Ich liebe die Nacht und mehr als ich liebe dich. Ich bin für immer dein und ich bin für immer allein. I rise at dusk, some moonlight shadows, a nocturne pleasing to my soul. A sun-bleached garden in the light is a lovely graveyard in the night. Don't feel me darkness whispers my name. Don't feel me darkness kisses me away. Ich liebe die Nacht und mehr als ich liebe dich. Ich bin für immer dein und ich bin für immer allein. Your velvet glow surrounds my body. Oh my sweet night, you rob my heart. My darling darkness, you enrapture me. I am euphoric in obscurity. Don't feel me darkness whispers my name. Don't feel me darkness kisses me away. Don't feel me don't feel me Ich liebe die Nacht und mehr als ich liebe dich. Ich bin für immer dein und ich bin für immer allein.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. There's a microphone over there. All my guests, let's wave to everybody out there.
How's everybody doing today?
I'm going to welcome my guests today. My name is Rick Santese. This is Rick's show on the radio. And first of all, the reason that we have this show here is to help support our local filmmaking and artist community, musicians, whatever it takes to promote our South Florida area. For my show, I speak with South Florida's original bands, filmmakers, and world shakers. And today, we have a couple of prominent actors and actresses here.
We're in the World Shaker department.
In the World Shaker department, yeah.
I like that one, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's a pretty good one. But, we'll be talking to David J. Porras. Did I say that correctly?
You said that perfectly.
Did I didn't go Porras?
No, it's pores is
Okay.
the way it's said. It's
All right.
good that way.
And Crystal Lopez. How you doing, Crystal?
Hello, how are you?
Good. I'm doing good. Welcome to my show.
Thank you for having us, Rick.
Sure, man. You know, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys for like a while because, you know, I had the show for a few months and talking about having you on here for a while. You know, you got to get you on the show. So finally,
definitely,
super excited
definitely
to be
glad
here.
to be here,
Yeah.
and thank you for having me. I mean, it's an honor to talk to everybody down here in South Florida
Mhm.
in regards to some of our experiences and stuff. So
yeah, that's what it's all about. I like to bring on actors and actresses that are doing some stuff, doing some good work down here so that they can share their experiences and how they got to that position here so that other people can maybe learn and benefit from that. So that's what our show's about here.
perfect. Yeah. The best thing I can say, what helped me is, just show up. Show up, and show up means so many different things. I mean, show up means, in 2003 January, I decided, I'm going to pursue acting, and I've always wanted to do that since I was 5 years old. Never got the courage, and I said I'm going to do it. Put the fears aside, the stage frights aside, and so forth, and just go out and do it.
Yeah, it takes that stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, showing up also means, obviously going to the networking events, going to the castings and auditions, get out there and try to get work so you can get experience and learn about yourself on camera.
Yeah. So you're saying 2007 is when you decided to, or
No, 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you
so
said
it's-
2003. Okay,
No,
10 years off.
2013.
Well, if I might say, you're a rather good-looking guy. Were you a model, or you must have been a model before that, right?
Thank you. I did not start. The funny part is when I was younger, they approached me through modeling, and I was like,
They?
no.
Who's they?
People, agents
Baby models.
and certain people.
He looks real good in a diaper.
Yeah. That was a while ago.
No, certain agents and people would see me either at the gym or in the street and approach me, and I didn't have the mindset for it. That's not really what I wanted to do at that moment. But so when I decided to go for acting, I go, okay, let me try going for modeling first because that's what I've been approached by. So I saw some modeling agents, and they were like, didn't even give me the time of day. They would be like, okay, you know what? They'd give me like 30 seconds a minute sometimes and be like, okay, you're too short. Because they have that standard 5'11"
that's right,
minimum,
yeah.
6 feet to 6'3". But a lot of them would be, have you ever tried acting though? Because you got to look for acting. So I was like, that's what I want to do anyway. Might as well just
Skip right on
and
into that.
go right into it.
You know, that happened to me one time, like a few years ago. I was, I was trying out for the Chippendale Dancers.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just, they said,
I tried out for them too.
You're
They-
too
they-
old
they
and
told
you're
me
too
no.
fat. I don't know why, but that's what they said.
There's problems spilling out over the Speedo and whatnot.
Yeah, and not the right thing spilling out
Right.
either. Yeah.
No, there was just
That
not
would be a
enough
little
fabric.
embarrassing.
Yeah. It worked well for John Candy, though. I mean, he was a pretty good Chippendale dancer.
John Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Nah,
sure
you-
it was a role he had to pull, to do that one. So
Yeah. Well.
That's dating yourself a little bit. Not to
No,
say-
wait. It wasn't
You're
John
nowhere near that,
Candy.
Rick.
It wasn't John Candy. It was,
It was.
Oh,
oh man.
that
I know-
Saturday Night Live skit.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. One of my
Chris
favorite guys.
Farley. Chris Farley.
Chris Farley.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
it's a shame he's not here anymore.
I was going to
That guy.
join his troupe. What do you think? I think, yeah.
He was hilarious, actually, when he did the Saturday Night Live with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
man,
Yeah.
that's a classic.
Yep. That inspired me. Ever since then, I wanted to be a Chippendale dancer.
To kind of piggyback on what David was saying, I agree. Just showing up, like for me, I have been wanting to act since I was little, and I've always felt comfortable performing in front of people, and I've always felt so at home on stage and performing. And for me, in the house that I grew up in, my mom's a firefighter. She's a very practical person.
Oh wow.
So me wanting to be an actor was not reality. So I started going to school for psychology, actually, and I was doing theater at school, in college, and I just got to a point in my last semester where I was waking up every single day and I was like, I want to be an actor. I want to be an actor. I would watch movies and watch TV and get so frustrated. It's like, I want to be doing that. Like, this is all I want in the whole world.
Yeah. How do you do that?
How do I do that?
Right.
And I just kind of made up my mind that I was not going to look down the road in 20 years and say, I should have just tried.
Yes.
So I started looking at schools, and I decided I'm going to audition for some schools in New York because, hey, why not pick up at 21 and move to New York?
Sure. That's a good age to do that.
Yeah, but I was young. Still I'm young.
Did you do that?
I did.
Ah.
I auditioned for some schools. I got into all of them and received like partial scholarships, and I ended up going to the
That's nice.
American Academy of Dramatic Arts in 2008.
Awesome. Cool.
And then between then and now, it's just been what they don't teach you at school, what they don't teach you at a lot of workshops and stuff is they might teach you how to audition. They don't teach you how to network. They don't teach you how to make it a business and how to put yourself out there and how to talk to people and make friends and make connections. And that has been the most important thing and the most career building thing since I've learned that skill and learned that is something that
It's a very
It's
important
gonna propel you.
ingredient. Wouldn't you agree, David?
Most definitely. I'm glad actually she brought that up because, first of all, that takes a lot of courage to do that at 21, to go to New York. I mean, not that many people have the guts to do that. So, I want to congratulate you on that, first of all, because mine didn't start. I didn't take that leap until I was, 31. That is, at that age, it's some people think it's impossible, but you hear all these stories of people making it at a late age and so forth. So you're never going to know if you try. But the point of networking is if I would have tried it at 21, I would have quit. My mind frame was not at the right place at 21.
Yeah,
so
that's
everything
true.
happens for a reason.
I believe that.
At 21, I would have quit in the first 2 rejections. So it took all those years of trying different things, living a little bit of life, getting some maturity and experiences to realize that you can make it if you try hard, if you dedicate yourself and so forth. So me that I took, I have a bachelor's in business and doing a master's in international business. All they teach you there, and I was in banking for 10 years as a business specialist. So all they teach you there is networking. You're not going to get your jobs and your clients and the referrals without networking. That's the number one thing.
Well, we had
So
Tommy O'Brien on the show last week, and he's a big. He stresses networking a lot.
he's actually Tommy and I are really, really good friends. We've created a great bond. Him, me, Yesenia Cosillo, and he's, I pick his brains a lot on when it comes to the business side of it, what has worked for him, what hasn't. And it's not like, he, I had to prove myself to him before he even started telling me some of these things because, you work hard to where you're at.
I appreciate that you told me that because, I don't know, there's a thing about you can give all your best advice to people that aren't really going to do anything with it. It's not really worth doing that.
Exactly. I mean, we work hard. We put the time. We did what we needed to do. Not that you're not going to share that information. You can share it. At the end of the day, it's up to that person to actually step up and do it. And so
That's true.
Then again, like I said, it's a matter show up.
Hey, before we go on here, I would like to mention that if anybody wants to call into the show and ask one of our guests any questions, the number to call in is 954-990-0036, or you can text our producer, David Goldenholtz, at this number here, 414-856-6182. There, that's him. He's here, everybody.
He wants camera time too.
For real.
He's an actor too. He wants to be in the camera.
Of course, I should mention my good friend George Rodriguez is here as he's our mother hen, making sure that nobody swallows their tongue Has that ever happened, George? Anybody swallow their tongue or anything like that?
We have a specific tongue swallowing spoon in the cup over there. It happens so often. It's a
ready to
designated
go.
tongue spoon.
Just as long as you
yeah.
wash it between,
Yeah.
people choking on it.
Use some alcohol.
Yeah, we wash it totally.
Sure. Thank you.
Gross. That's so
Don't anybody swallow their
unsanitary.
tongue during this show, please. Let's not do that. So, so you're relatively new at acting, but you seem to be doing rather well for yourself.
Yeah, like I said, when I decided to make that leap, I told myself I'm not gonna focus on a 9 to 5. I'm not gonna get a 9 to 5. I am going to hit this up 100% from morning to night, whatever I have to do.
That's
And
brave, don't you think, Crystal?
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
to take this business seriously, to really pursue this as a career, that's what it has to be.
Yeah.
It's not a 9 to 5, it's not a night job. It is from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, and any time you have free.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't. At the same time, we don't want to discourage anybody who has to have a 9 to 5, because some people
Yeah.
do have jobs and kids. I mean, kids and bills and so forth. But the more time you put into it, the more opportunities you're going to create, the more chances and percentages of things are going to happen.
Yeah, I noticed that when I casted for my short film Forever in 2013, I had 3 days of shooting that were like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all day long. And, who's available if you have a 9 to 5 job? If you're a serious actor and you want to do the job, you have to be available during times that you would be working a regular job. So that's
Most definitely.
that's
I
one
mean,
thing to think
I've been
of.
at some castings where people go during their lunch hour, and I even sometimes tell them, hey, the fact you're doing that, congratulations. That's,
Mm-hmm.
Especially in this market, maybe in LA or New York, you have a greater percentage of people who are able to live off of what they make in the entertainment industry. But especially down here, I mean, I've got now, I just picked up my second job and I'm auditioning and
Cool.
participating in whatever I can. And it's just, if you want it, you'll make time for it.
Yeah.
So
both you guys are doing this full time, or is that
this is full time for me,
awesome?
yeah.
Glad to
Yep.
hear that.
100%.
All right. So give me some ideas on some of your past projects, if you would.
Well, I mean, the most exciting for me that I've had, just because they're big production, it's actually a funny story. Bear with me. There's a point to this.
That's what radio show is all about. Funny stories.
When I was I went as background for Ride Along 2.
Okay.
They got me for one day, and that's it. And I just wanted to get that experience of big production, possibly seeing the actors, Ice Cube, Kevin Hart, Olivia Munn, and these people, and
See all the cameras.
right,
People with
just get
clipboards.
a feel for all that.
Yeah.
And,
Craft services.
Yeah, all that stuff.
that's what we look forward to as background when we're there. But so at the end of the day, I end up hearing people just, oh no, I heard, they want me to come back for another day, and so forth. They didn't tell me that. But I said, the heck with it. The next day I called the guy who's in charge, who booked me the first day, and I just made it up. I'm like, hey, I heard they needed to book me for the next day, and he's like, no, you're not booked, man. But you know what? We got 30 slots here. So you want to show up? I'm like, sure, let's do it, and then that morning I was rushing to get there. I got a ticket and everything, and I was like, you know what? It's going to cost me to be now in this. But the heck with it, it's a beach scene. I work hard, on my physique. So
You look good on the beach, yeah.
You never know what they might,
Yeah.
they might like something. You've heard crazier stories. So at the end of the day, one of the guys comes up to me. He's like, okay, look, we want to possibly use you for a featured extra as one of Pulp's securities, which is Benjamin Bratt. He's the main villain. I'm like,
You could double for him too. I said you could double for Benjamin Bratt.
He's a skinny guy.
You're more built than him for sure. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see the tan and all that you're talking about, the haircut and so forth. But so they booked me, and then the first day of the featured extra, they didn't even use me. We were there from 6 in the afternoon to 6 in the morning. And then when they get us on set, finally, they're like, okay, you two come. The other two, thank you for your time. And that's it. And I'm like, the next, they booked that. I still had one more day for the featured extra. And even one of the guys that was working with me even dropped out. He's like, I'm not doing this again. The heck with it. And I was like, no, I'm showing up.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. I get to the second day. We didn't use the suit. that I was using. You know what I mean, yeah, since I didn't come on camera, it was a gray suit and so forth. And I noticed, okay, all the other guys have black suits. So I'm like, if I use a gray suit, if I go on camera, at least I'll stand out somehow. You know, so
Okay.
I pushed a gray suit. You know what I mean? And then they end up telling us when we get to the set, it's, okay, you know, one of you is going to open the door to let the guys in and so forth. Director's going to come and, you know, pick one of you guys to do that. And the three of us are all excited. Oh, okay, cool. That'll be awesome. We end up auditioning for the part. You know, Kevin Hart comes and starts screaming at us in our face. Ice Cube's there. Olivia Munn's there. But I didn't think anything of it. Bottom line, they went ahead and ended up choosing me to have a speaking role in it. So I got a new contract. Now I can put on my resume, IMDb credit.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole moral of the story is they talk a lot about in this business that there's a lot of luck and being in the right time at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
But, you know, I can almost guarantee you that, I mean, it was a small role, no big deal, you know, but I got to work directly with Kevin Hart, Ice Cube, and Olivia Munn. I mean, that's great, you know. But the whole point is, you know, a lot of those people who I feel that have made it, A-listers, people who are working consistently, I can guarantee you they did the work. They put in the time to make sure that they're in the right place at the right time. Mm-hmm. That way it increases their chances of having that luck pop up for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I think we, you know, as Crystal was saying, it's showing up, putting the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know, it's one thing I notice when I'm looking for actors or people that are involved in my projects is I you know, have people that will come in and, you know, I'll tell them what I need and they'll do basically what I need. But then I have people that come in and they'll take the script and then they're calling me and saying, hey, I was thinking about your script and I was thinking about wearing this and what do you think about this? And, you know, just showing that they're involved in it. And I think that's a big thing too, is going over and above what it is you think they're expecting of you. I think that'll help out a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well, I think I don't think that is going over and above. I
Right.
think
Well,
you know,
I didn't think it was either, but you know, a lot of people will just kind of wait for, you know, they don't just think about what it is I got to do to impress upon them. They're just waiting for their part to come up and just to do their whatever they're there for,
Right.
not necessarily to really prove themselves, which is an important part of it, I think.
it just shows dedication and commitment. I think that's what it.
Yeah, but I think being an actor, like from the outside, you can, you know, watch a movie or a play or something, and the most common question or comment that I get when people find out that I'm an actor is, "Oh my God, how do you remember all those lines?" And I was like, I'm like, that's the easy part.
Yeah, that's the least of our problems.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like that is the easy part, and you know that's the part that you don't necessarily have to think of the words that come out of your mouth. But as an actor, you have to come in with your own ideas and understand your character and understand your relationships and understand your history and why it is your character reacts that way or
Research.
acts that way,
Research.
and make it your own,
Yeah,
because
backstory.
that's what shows the audience, you know, a real character and not just a voice box.
Right.
And even in modeling, like I'm new to modeling, and it really does take practice. And it takes you knowing your angles and your body and your lighting, and that's a whole different story. But you don't just show up on set and like
Yeah.
smile,
Yeah.
take pictures. You come in and you think, okay, well, I know I look best this way and with this lighting, and you have to come in with your own ideas and your own poses, and you have to bring your own contribution to a set, to a project, to make it a whole fluid.
Absolutely, I agree with that
project.
totally. Because I don't know, you could either be a puppet for the director, or you know, go in there and you know, bring your own personality into it. I think that's the most important thing. It's important to be directed or to take direction, but it's also important to come in with you know, to have the own part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I strongly believe you have to bring obviously some of your organic ways and mannerisms and characteristics and so forth. At the same time, I've learned what's helped me. It's become easy to be directed. You know what I mean? Be workable. You know what I mean? Just show them that you are committed 100%, that you want to be there. You're not going to complain. I've noticed sometimes people will do one or two pretty good projects, decent projects, or good projects, and then they think that's it. I'm on top. You know what I mean?
No, right.
Sorry, buddy. You know what I mean? No, you something that's worked with me. I make sure that whoever I work with, I try to make it a point that they're like later on. You know what? I want to work with this guy again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
More so than talent and a look and all of that stuff. Yes, you have to have it, and it's great. But to have a strong work ethic and to be someone that people want to work with,
Yeah.
and not just a director. The cast, the crew, the lighting person, the grips, the whoever, everybody should be treated with respect because without each person on that project, it wouldn't get done.
Right. That project would not happen.
I notice I hear a lot about that, and I think it's a great attitude for working on sets. It seems that the higher up you go in this business, the less that's prominent, that attitude. It's like people that are craft services or whatever, like, don't look at me, don't eye contact. I mean, come on,
Actually,
some of that stuff's weird.
Funny you said, because I've already had that. I'm not going to mention the show or the actor or anything, but he's a pretty big actor and so forth. But yeah, it was just kind of like I was literally 2 feet away from him. I was waiting for the eye contact of, hey, Mr. So-and-so, it's an honor to work with you. I never got that eye contact. It was like if I wasn't even in the room.
Yeah, they're like trained to avoid that somehow.
And I think a lot of people will respect if it doesn't matter how high you get, stay humble.
Yeah,
people
good
will
advice.
respect you. They'll respect you.
Yep. So tell me about your latest project and who you're working with these days.
My next project coming up, which I'm really excited about, it's called Betrayal. It's I get to play a senator, Senator Alex Fernandez. It's
Republican from Florida?
I won't mention that.
Okay, Democrat. All right. Never mind.
I won't talk too much politics.
Okay, all right, never
I've
mind.
learned that.
Yeah.
But he is, he's very egotistical, very.
Oh, he's a Republican now.
Very,
Yeah.
very
Well,
cocky.
we know
That was for you,
we know
George.
which way you swing.
He's,
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
I said that for George.
Like I said, I'm still not talking about politics.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna stay
still.
away from that. one.
No.
But he's a womanizer. He loves women and.
Democrat.
There's so it is gonna be fun. There's kind of like a love triangle there. There's a mistress, there's the wife, and then a little bit of a twist. But I'm really excited about the character because he's a very, very rough character.
Did you shoot any of it yet?
No. Well, we start
Okay.
shooting at the end of the month.
Awesome.
So, it's a short.
Who's the
film.
director?
George Luis Samuel is the director. Yesenia Cosillo is the producer. She's also starring, one of the stars in it as well. It has Melissa Pastrana as another star. Tommy O'Brien's in it. Alina Esenglinga. I'm sorry if I pronounced that, Alina. Mispronounced that.
I have her on the show earlier.
And Scott Mulvaney. So the cool thing also about that team, it's more like a family. A lot of them either we went to the Miami Acting Studio together, studied together. We've worked on other projects together, or we just hang out all the time together.
Shout out to the Miami Acting Studio too, by the way, and Ralph Kennard. I actually met David there.
Yeah.
I started going there last October, and all of these people I met through the Miami Acting Studio that he just mentioned, and I met him through the Miami Acting Studio. And although I had previously gone to school somewhere else, that kind of brought me back into, getting disciplined again and investing in my craft and just meeting people. And, it really opened up the doors to like, wow, there is an industry down here and there are people getting work.
Yep.
And, it really opened my eyes, and it's a great acting studio.
Yeah, I mean, Ralph Kennard is, I don't think I'd be where I am today without him. He's what I like. I think what separates that school from a lot of schools that I've heard of is he has a lot of the psychology part behind it. How the actors deal with the rejections and the stresses and
that's
things
good.
like that. And he's a psychological genius. He's like, he'll read you in 2 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
he'll-
uncomfortable.
And he'll
Yeah.
know
Can
what
be.
he'll know. He knows what to do to get you moving forward, and he's constantly challenging. He always took me outside my comfort zone.
Awesome. Good
so
place
yeah.
to be.
Yeah, so it's definitely where everything started hitting for me.
Yeah, I saw some of the posts that you put up for this movie coming up. A lot of good-looking people.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And back to what I was saying about the character. It's a character that's very strong. A lot of people, I think I'm known when I go talk to people. I'm very approachable. I'm very calm, and this character is the complete opposite. So I get to bring out some sides that people will haven't seen of me yet. So
all right. Well, speaking of that, I think we have a reel you'd like to play, because we could do that on Rick's Show on Radio since it's on the internet, David. So why don't we play your acting reel, and after that we're going to take a little bit of break, and we'll come and we'll talk to
that was
young
my
Crystal.
This is my first acting reel, by the way. I
Okay.
have like a year's worth of work that I still have to edit it because I'm waiting for stuff to come in. So
Okay, so it's
but
earlier stuff.
It's when I first started. Yeah.
Well, it's some good stuff, though. Let's take a look at it, and we'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back. Rick's Show on Radio on SoFloRadio.com.
Trunk of the car.
Of course I have, but he's an idiot. Okay? He left traces behind. He came back to give speeches, for crying out loud.
Bugs Bunny? Yeah. All she needed was to carry it, hey.
Whatever.
What's up, Doc? Yeah.
I know, now they're perfect and beautiful.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like? Older, sexy?
Like sit on her lap and tell me what to do kind of thing.
You traveled around the world and you found your balance. And balance is what? Meditating for 20 minutes? Going to see an old medicine man? Darling, balance is not going to let anybody love you any less than you love yourself.
Otherwise, I suggest you grab a weapon and stand post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to.
By the Glass.
By the Glass is a show about beverage culture.
Brad Hubbard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the dots on how everything works together. It's really all about how we enjoy things, how we enjoy life, and how beverages play a big part in that. I'm going to bring in people that are going to display their aspect of the culture. I'm going to bring in people that are going to show you different products. We're going to look at places where people go to consume these beverages and how they all interact. Things are built around the actual beverage itself.
By the Glass. Thursdays from 6 to 7. Only on SoFloRadio.com. Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now, 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
Hi, this is Jeff Cohen of the Pizza Loft. The Pizza Loft has been making the best pizza in South Florida for over 300 years.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
What?
Just because you make the best pizza in town don't necessarily mean you can voice your own commercials.
Why not? Look, I just painted my nails for this.
You just get back in the kitchen and do what you know best, okay?
Well, if you think you can do a better job...
A dead man can do better at this. I'm almost there. Italian dining and a pizza Mo knows. I stole my share. That's Pizza Loft, 3514 South University Drive in Davie. Or call 954-916-8880.
SoFloRadio.com.
Radio's dirty little secret.
What music they make.
There's always a princess. Gowns flowing white. Her face. Her face. Is a river.
I cannot sleep without dreaming. I cannot dream without seeing your eyes. I cannot see you without feeling. I cannot feel this for the rest of my life. You left me hollow, empty, dismal void. You left me hollow, sunken, vacant, bare. I cannot wake without weeping. I cannot weep without knowing where apart. I cannot know just what you're dreaming. I cannot dream to drown the dullness of my heart. You left.
Okay, that was the end of that song. I don't know what happened there, but
That was an awesome fade out.
yeah, thanks. Sorry, Ricardo from the Black Bats. If you're listening, I don't know. I'll have to get the whole song next time.
He's crying right now. He's like, that was my favorite part. Why?
By the way, the Black Bats are going to be playing up in Louisiana for Anne Rice's coronation ball for Lestat. Actually, can't think of anywhere cooler to be on Halloween on a Friday night in Louisiana, playing for Anne Rice for their book signing tour. For her new book. That's got to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
That's
So we're welcoming Crystal Lopez.
Hello, everyone.
She's
Hello,
got the
world.
hot mic here. David's on the B seat.
Can they see me? Can the people see me?
Can we all see? Oh yeah. You're ducked right in between that little crook there.
Yeah, we can see you definitely.
And now we can see David now, which is very
Yeah.
important because I know when I go home and my friend Shar is going to say I didn't see David at all because he was hiding behind the thing. So,
Love you, Shar. You're the best.
so welcome, Crystal.
I'm very happy to be here.
Thanks. I'm glad you could be here.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know we have a bunch of things to talk about. One of them going to be, and we'll get to that, is going to be your participation in our production of Theater of Vampires, The Trial of Lestat.
Yes, as we were talking about Anne Rice and Halloween and everything coming up. I'm really excited to be a part of this play. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny because I went to I don't know how long you guys have been rehearsing it. It's an original play, and it takes all of these different iconic vampires like Lestat and Dracula and Vampira and Akasha, and they're all meeting to talk about Lestat because, you know, in the vampire world, it's a secret. And humans can't know about the vampire world.
stay
They
in the
just lurk in the
shadows.
shadows.
Yeah.
But Lestat's a rock star.
We just get killed. That's it.
Yeah.
Lestat's a rock star. Lestat is a egotistical actor, and he wants the whole world to know his name.
Right.
So all of these iconic vampires, led by Dracula, are here to discuss and punish Lestat for going against the vampire code.
Right. And deem him unworthy.
Yes. And although that sounds really dramatic, it's going to be so much fun. There is video involved.
Yeah.
And
music.
Each vampire comes out to rock music.
Yep.
And there's going to be lights and smoke and costumes.
How about that Nosferatu character?
Yes, very cool. His makeup is going to be so sick.
Yes, our guy that we're doing for Nosferatu, his name is Josepher Ringleader, a really well-known guy that puts on shows around town, vampire shows and DJ and stuff like that. So he's calling himself Josferatu for this production here.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a blast. All right, so but we'll talk about that a little bit more. But and I'm glad to have you on our production.
Thank you. My hot tea was
Things
just
work
delivered.
out.
It's so
Yes.
nice here at the Rick.
SoFloRadio.com, and you got
show.
It's funny how
Thank
females will get the hot tea. I didn't
got
get
like
anything. Get offered.
There's a bowl of dust over there for you. Yeah, here's some bacon bits. If you want.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
So nice.
Have some Mentos.
Yeah, my own Mentos. Yeah.
So tell me, young Crystal.
Yes.
How long have you been involved in the acting career? What got you started in this thing, this crazy business?
I have loved. What is that? Does he get a little
David
shot?
just got a shot.
What is it?
Wow.
Cheers. All right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a party now.
Sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It's official.
Thank you. At least I got something. I appreciate it. What better than a shot? What better than a shot? Appreciate it.
I have always loved performing and acting. One of my earliest memories was when I was about 4 or 5 years old. I took construction paper and markers, and I stapled this little figurine and I stuffed it with cotton balls, and I made a caterpillar and I made a butterfly, just on my own. And I went to school the next day. I don't know if I was in kindergarten or preschool, but I walked into class and I asked my teacher if before class I could put on a show.
Really?
And I got behind her desk.
Ballsy little girl,
Yeah,
huh?
right?
That's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
got behind her desk and I made the caterpillar turn into a butterfly.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's one of my first memories. And to meet me personally, to know me personally, I'm not someone who is like the center of attention, and I can come off kind of quiet and, I kind of take in my surroundings when I first meet people. But I've never felt more at home than when I do on stage. There's just something about it. It's something so liberating. So many people are like, how do you do that? How do you go up there? How are you not scared? And it's more liberating than fear-inducing, because people want you to succeed. When they're watching you, they don't want you to fail. They don't want you to. They want to go and cheer for you.
Yeah, it's
they're
embarrassing.
waiting to cheer for you.
Sure.
So all you have to do is give them something to cheer about.
Right.
I mean, also, I think, Crystal, I know you love being on stage and so forth, but I'm sure you didn't start without having fear. You know, a lot of people who have fear, you know what I mean? There's many actors who have the fear and so forth. And so these people who say, how do you do it? You know, you're not scared? Yeah, we're all scared at times. It's...
Yeah.
Overcoming
those
definitely. Obstacles is about the life.
It's part of
it's
that's
part
life
of
in general. Life in general.
Yeah, I think for me, more than fear, it was it was at times, at different points in my life, insecurity. And especially being a woman and wanting to be in this industry, being a woman in general, you're bombarded with images of, you know, what's pretty, what's thin, what's fashionable, what's this, what's acceptable. And if you don't have a strong center of who you are and a strong support of friends and family and people who really care about you,
That is
male
huge.
or female, you'll lose yourself.
Yeah.
And especially trying to do something like this, if you don't have a good sense of self, you'll get lost. You'll get swallowed up.
Yeah.
I think to add a little bit to what Crystal said, it's very important that you have the right people around you. Because, you know, we don't feel all, you know, go-getters at the time. You know, we have our down times and so forth. So it's like a lot of people say, it's having the people around you that they're go-getters themselves. You know, they're doers themselves. They you know, they have their goals themselves. They work hard, and at the same time, they pick you up when you're not at your best.
Yeah, it's
So
good
that's
to
crucial.
have people that support. I know I have people like that in my life that I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. My friend Shar, that you know, is a good person in my life that helps me do what I got to do, and it's important that we all have that people that are, you know, providing the support or however, whatever form that support comes in, you know,
Definitely.
encouragement or whatever.
I think also it's, you know, so that sometimes that we don't realize. I think it's very important to sometimes you have to let people go that are not
Absolutely
helping you.
That's true.
That
That's
they're keeping you down. They're holding you down. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know, that's another thing we don't think about sometimes.
Yep.
And learn that you don't have to please everyone or be everywhere at once. You're only one person. And you really, not just in acting, but in whatever dream that you pursue, whatever path that you choose, to really get the most out of that and to really focus on that, you have to like let go of some of the dead weight and just
I imagine that
walk in peace.
As things move on and we progress, let's say, you know, best case scenario, we all progress. We all become more popular, let's say, because our films are, our projects are well known, and then different people come in that, you know, people that we don't know, not our family or not our immediate friends. Now we're talking industry people that look like they might be able to benefit somehow from a relationship with you, which is not really a bad thing, but I think you got to be careful there because, you know, I'm sure there could be a scenario where you go, oh man, this big agent guy noticed that you did this project and he really wants to work with you. And then you work with him and you find out that the guy, yeah, maybe he can help you do this and that, but you know, he's really not a very nice guy at all, you know, so you got to make those decisions on,
I think, I think that really comes with, and I'm sure Crystal will agree, it comes with, like, when I say show up again, that's going to be the thing I'm going to say throughout the day, to show up. Is
just make a t-shirt.
Go out. Yeah, right? I should have brought a shirt saying that.
Just show up.
It's the fact of getting out there. When you do get out there and do these experiences, you start, you know, picking up on that. You start learning on, okay, you know, I've been in this situation before. They try to do the same thing, and you start picking up on those little characteristics and those little.
But you
things,
got to
know?
get burned a little bit in order to learn that stuff, right?
It's like they say, you know, if you don't fail, you're never going to succeed.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely
you know, so.
true.
I'm trying to think of a short way to tell this story.
No, you got 10 minutes. You can tell the story.
Okay.
If you want to get
I told my story. Go. You're on the mic, Crystal. You're on.
As far as like, you know, coming over a climb or a struggle. Like I said, I've always loved performing, and I always felt like it was an outlet for me, and it was always fun, and for some reason I always felt really confident and on stage. Maybe before I got on stage I didn't feel so confident, but when I was out there it was great, and I would always get positive feedback. So, you know, and I had a lot of different experiences. I acted a little bit when I was a teenager, doing, you know, starting off in improv and sketch comedy and doing plays in high school. But in high school, I decided to focus more on dance, and I competed. And the friends that I made during that time are still my best friends today. So I got all these different kinds of experiences that made me a confident performer and got to take me all over the country and got to have some really great experiences.
Yeah, I met some really nice people, and ever since I started working in the business here, actors, theater people, actually. I like theater people. I was working with the people in the Renaissance Festival, a documentary, and I got to know a lot of that's where the vaudevillian spirit went
really
there.
Cool atmosphere.
It is. So it's, I don't know, it's different. It's fun. I love those people. The people that are actors, they have to be characters, and I like characters.
Yeah.
There's something about people that are willing to stand out and go, "Hey, look at me! I could do this." That I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's too many people who have that courage to do that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, when I decided to, put my foot down and say, I have to at least try this. I want to be an actor. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to do whatever I can to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if at the end of the day, whenever that day comes, if it doesn't work out, then all I can say is that I tried my hardest.
Yeah, that's the thing.
When I came to that decision, and I picked up and moved to New York, I was wide-eyed and naive. I was like, I'm going to move to New York with $2,000 and I'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, $2,000.
I had my job that I was working at was a restaurant, transferred me, and it was right down the block from my school, but I didn't have a place to live.
Details.
A friend of my mom's put me up. I had never met this woman before, and she had her own life, and after a week of being there, she was like, I think your mom has the wrong idea. You really can't stay here that long. You have to leave at the end of the week.
Okay.
Wow.
So 2 weeks into living in New York, I remember calling my best friend and I was like, what am I going to do? I just got here. I happened to have two friends from high school that moved up there, were living up there. They let me crash on their couch for 2 months until I could get on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I got on my feet, I got into an apartment, and I got a new job in Times Square. I was so excited because I was gonna be making money, and I started going to school, and I was, the school was awesome, and I was learning so much. And I had to stay home for the holidays because that was the rule. Like, nobody in the restaurant could take off for the holidays. And they fired me on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
How nice.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, right?
Yeah.
I was walking. It was like a movie. I left the office with my head held high, with my lip quivering.
Uh-huh.
And I walked through Times Square and I was just like, ugh. So bad that a hot dog vendor came over to me with napkins. He was like, are you okay? And that was the beginning of my New York experience. And I lived in New York almost 3 years. And it was like a tale of two cities. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. And I grew so much as a person, as a performer, as a woman, as everything.
Mm-hmm.
And people always ask me when they find out I went to school in New York, they're like, why did you come back? If you want to be an actor, why wouldn't you stay there? Or why aren't you living in LA? And I tell them, at least for me, look, if you come from a family that is connected and are performers and can help you financially and do all those things, it's easier. It is. Because I went to school with a lot of people who came from a very different background than me as far as privilege. When you're doing everything on your own, when you're working 60 hours a week and commuting in the middle of the night from Brooklyn to Queens, and it's exhausting. And I came to a point where I wasn't auditioning and I wasn't doing anything but working to keep my head above water.
Yeah. That's kind of defeating the purpose of going up there, right?
Yeah. And since I've come back, I kind of came back kicking and screaming because I didn't want to, because I was stubborn. And it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, actually, that was my next question. I was like, if you did not go through that experience, do you think you'd be here today? With the things that's going on right now?
No. I think me having those experiences taught me how strong I was. And I mean, I've always been independent, but it really made me be able to stand on my own 2 feet. But through those experiences, I still managed to do some student films and do an industrial commercial for MasterCard and dance in Times Square for Xbox. And when I came home, it took me a little bit to get on my feet, and I did fall. I fell in a depression and an insecurity and feeling like I failed. And then I picked myself back up, and I worked for a radio station for 560 WQAM for the sports radio station for a year, and got to do all kinds of cool stuff. And I joined a sketch comedy group, and I was hosting a live trivia show, and I was doing all kinds of stuff to like expand, to get back into performing.
Yeah.
And then I started going to my acting studio. And now we're full circle. I made a decision that all of these things were great, and they were great outlets and vehicles, and I was meeting lots of cool people and having good experiences. But at the end of the day, I want to be an actor. I want to be in film. I want to be in TV. I want to be in the entertainment industry. And I need to focus and figure out how to do that. And I started going there. Went to my acting studio. Started getting discipline again. Ralph Kennard ripped me apart and made me put myself back together.
As he did for all of us.
Met a lot of great friends. Met Tommy O'Brien in February, and he was one of the first people who really showed me like, oh, there's actually an industry down here. There's work down here. And opened my eyes. And since then, since all of those experiences, the last 8 months of my life have been like making up for lost time. So yes, I feel like it's been 6 years of really, really hard work and beating my head against the wall at times, but I wouldn't be who I am today
Most
or
certainly.
where I am today.
And you wouldn't
if it wasn't
be,
for
I
that.
think, the character that you've built for yourself, the strength, the strong person, the go-getter,
confidence,
the confidence. Like, you know, I've been through that. You know what I mean? If I've been through that,
Yeah.
I can be through anything. You know what I mean? So I can
And to
imagine.
be able to bring that to your characters that you play.
So tell me about the latest project that you're working on before we get a little bit into your Akasha character. I'd like to talk about that a little bit. But do you have another project that's coming up here that you want to talk about?
I have a couple projects that I want to talk about. I actually just wrapped a TV pilot called The Showroom. It was a fabulous script written by Sal Manzo. It's produced by Matt O'Boyle and Stephen Bradford, and it was directed by a really talented young director named Gage Hanlon. I am in the process of filming a feature-length independent film called Booted. I'm super excited about this movie.
Yeah, I hear about that, yeah.
It is about a woman's correctional boot camp. It is being done by Pros and Cons Productions. That's director Sean Villanuez and producers Amanda Lopez and Manny Ayus. I don't know how to say his last name. Ayus. I don't know how to say his last name. Sorry.
Sorry if I butchered that.
We're running an Indiegogo campaign right now.
Oh, yeah?
We are pushing to get some funds where we have some investors and some money that's already in the project, but part of our project is crowdfunded. So right now we have an Indiegogo campaign up on Indiegogo.com. You can search our movie Booted.
Right.
You can follow us on Facebook, IMDb, and on Instagram at Booted the Movie.
Good.
If you go up there, you can contribute from $5 and you get a perk of a camouflage bracelet all the way up to $5,000, which gets you an executive producer credit. And everything in between, however much you have in your pocket, will help us out to make this movie because it is a fantastic story. And one of the perks, I forgot how much money, you get a movie poster signed by your favorite character, which no doubt will be Michelle Montero, who I am playing.
No doubt.
Very female-driven film, totally original, something that you have not seen before. And I'm really, really excited about that project.
Right.
So
looking forward to that.
Yes.
When are you starting shooting that?
we are starting tentatively towards the end of the year. Right now we're waiting for the funds so we can get specifically
Right.
for camera equipment.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to working with you on the role of Akasha in our Theater of Vampires. That's coming up on October 25th. I think I'm going to have the cast back in here to talk about that in one of these Thursdays. Maybe we'll all dress up like vampires.
Yes, it'll be awesome.
Be in character. That'll be
Yeah.
great.
You got a wonderful costume that you're working on for your character, huh? Very sexy.
Yes,
Very
yes.
exotic.
There's lots of fabric missing.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about my character. She's
Yeah.
She's the mother of all vampires.
Yeah.
She's the most powerful one on stage, and
All right.
it's
We're
going to
looking
be pretty
forward to
cool.
it. All right, thanks, David J. Perez.
Thank you for
Shake
having
my
us,
hand,
Rick.
sir.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
very
Thank
much.
you so much. It was an honor.
Crystal Lopez, thank you for being on the show. And that was Rick's show on the radio. And I guess we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Good afternoon, guys.
Everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Check out Buddha the Movie Indiegogo.
Yeah.